Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk. With the 2019-20 season finally coming to an end, attention has swiftly turned to the transfer window and the gossip is already starting to fly around. If you have any leads, you can tweet me at Doogie Critchley or the Football Daily account with the hashtag Transfer Talk. Without further ado, let's get into it. We kick off this week's show in North London where the good news keeps coming for Arsenal fans. Fresh off their FA Cup final win against Chelsea, Arsenal captain and talisman Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to sign a new contract imminently. According to The Telegraph, this deal is so far down the line that it might even have been completed before this video goes live. But that's not it for Arsenal fans. Oh no, because the same report claims that Arteta is close to finalising a transfer for Lille's Gabriel. The 22-year-old has reportedly been given the green light to depart the Stade Pierre-Mauroy this summer if the right offer is made. He had been interesting the likes of Man United, PSG and Everton, but the Telegraph claim Arsenal are closing in on a £27 million deal. We would take this with a pinch of salt, however, as it was just a few weeks ago that Napoli were reportedly on the verge of signing the young Brazilian, who shot to stardom in 1920 with a series of composed displays. Whoever gets Gabriel, they will have a player who looks set to go right to the very top. He ranked third in his side for tackles and interceptions, second for blocks and clearances, whilst also completing the third most progressive passes in the side from centre-back. Arsenal fans will be praying he chooses North London over Naples. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss a Euro Transfer Talk. We head to Turin now, where Juventus are in planning mode for next season under Andrea Pirlo. According to Sky Italia, their former player has identified the striker role as a key area to improve, with Alexandre Lacazette and Wolves' Raul Jimenez on a lengthy list of possible additions. The report claims that Zapata, Morata, Milik and Dzeko are also being considered by the 36-time Italian champions, who have won the last 9 Scudettos. Their current number 9, Gonzalo Higuain, is not only 32, but expected to leave this summer, with 1 year remaining on his contract, which, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, is worth €7.5 million per year. Gazzetta reported last week that Cristiano Ronaldo wants the old lady to target Wolves' Raul Jimenez, who is valued at his club at close to £70 million. That seems like an enormous amount of money to spend on someone who recently turned 29. While Lacazette, also 29, is yet to hit 20 goals in all competitions in a single season for Arsenal. With Zapata having largely struggled at every club bar Atalanta, and Dzeko 34, our choice out of that rundown would be Arkadiusz Milik. Despite being known as injury prone, the Pole has missed just 9 games over the last 2 seasons, during which he has scored 34 goals in 82 games, and at 26 is approaching his peak. But do you guys agree with us who should Juve sign to replace Higuain this summer? Let us know in the comments below. We take a trip from Turin to the north of England now, where Leeds United are preparing for their return to the Premier League after a 16-year absence. We all know that the Whites are keen to bring Ben White in permanently after a successful loan spell at Ellen Road last season, but Brighton are reportedly holding out for upwards of £50 million, with a number of clubs interested, which seems like a ridiculous fee for a player who hasn't even made a Premier League appearance yet. If the Seagulls don't drop their demand, the Telegraph claim that Bielsa will turn his attention to 24-year-old Freiburg centre-back Robin Koch. The 6'3" Kaiserslautern academy graduate has been playing for Freiburg since 2017, and his stellar performances have seen him earn 2 Germany caps in the last 18 months. It's little surprise that he is of interest to Bielsa. A confident ball player who can play as a defensive midfielder as well, he only has 1 year remaining on his current deal. He ranked 3rd for tackles and interceptions in his side, 2nd for clearances, whilst only one Freiburg player topped his 7,311 yards carried with the ball at his feet. The only issue is that his performances have perked the interests of Spurs, Lazio and Newcastle, who are all considering a move for the youngster. If Leeds want to get this done, they may have to strike fast. But that's not it for Leeds fans, because Calcio Mercato are claiming that they will rival AC Milan for Benfica wonderkid Fiorentino Luis this summer. The Portuguese club have put a €40 million asking price on the 20-year-old, so this one seems a little more unlikely. But can you see either of these moves happening this summer, Leeds fans? Let us know, as ever, down below. As we discussed on yesterday's winners and losers, Chelsea's pursuit of Leicester City's Ben Chilwell is picking up pace. Another player the Blues were considering is Real Madrid's Sergio Reguilon, who is nearing the end of his very successful year spent on loan at Sevilla. That has supposedly left the door open for Napoli to sign the 23-year-old, replacing Gulam, who is expected to leave this summer. Reguilon would appear to be an excellent signing for Napoli, who have already brought in Victor Osimhen. Exceptionally quick with an eye for a pass, it's little surprise the left-back contributed 6 league goals in 31 games this term. But whilst his 1.5 key passes is only just shy of Andy Robertson's 1.7, it's his dribbling that really stands out, with his 1.7 completed take-ons per 90 only topped by 2 left-backs, Real Madrid's Mendy and Betis's Alex Moreno in Spain. An underrated defender who ranks second for total tackles and interceptions in Sevilla's squad, Reguilon would represent an excellent pickup for Gattuso. The only question is, with Marcelo 32 and clearly in decline, will this come back to bite Real Madrid? We certainly expect so. This won't be completed until after the Europa League final, but if it does go through, it would be one of the signings of the summer. Inter Milan is a hotbed of former Premier League players this season, with former Chelsea boss Antonio Kante boasting 7 players with experience of playing in England's top tier, including Lukaku, Eriksen and Ashley Young. But now it appears that the Italian is preparing to raid his former place of work once again, with a Nerazzurri keen to acquire Chelsea's N'Golo Kante. The World Cup winner still has 3 years left on his contract, but endured a frustrating season with injury, meaning he could only play 28 games in all competitions. Gazzetta Italia report that Inter want to take advantage of Chelsea's desire for funds to continue their squad overhaul, by targeting the player who Conte managed for 2 years in England. Clearly still an incredibly talented player who averages 4.6 tackles and interceptions, 1.4 key passes and 1.2 dribbles per 90, there are lingering doubts about how these injury issues will affect the 39-cap Frenchman in the coming years. Conte supposedly wants to pair Kante with Sandro Tonali next term, in a midfield trio alongside Marcelo Brozovic, which on paper looks incredible. But Chelsea fans, we want to hear from you. Would you sell Kante, and if so, for how much? Let us know down in the comments. And now it's time for our headline story, and wow, buckle up. Following Barcelona's outright humiliation at the hands of Bayern Munich last Friday, in which they were outplayed, outthought and outfought at every turn, we knew there were going to be changes. Quique Setien was quickly removed from his position, and they have just announced their new manager, former Southampton and Everton boss Ronald Koeman. Koeman, who played for Barcelona between 1989 and 1995, winning 4 league titles and the club's first European Cup in 1992, was previously the boss of the Netherlands, but he has turned down the opportunity to lead his country to Euro 2021, taking charge of a club side for the first time since being sacked by Everton in October 2017 with the Toffees 9th. His managerial career has been mixed to say the least. He won trophies with Ajax, PSV and Valencia among others, but his spell at Everton saw the club overpay for players such as Yannick Bolasie and Morgan Schneiderlin, something Barcelona can ill afford to do after their calamitous business of the last 4 years. And what of Quique Setien, given just 25 matches in charge? Unfortunately for him, he'll always be remembered as the manager that lost La Liga to Real and suffered Barcelona's biggest ever Champions League defeat. Barcelona fans, we want to hear from you. Do you feel sorry for Setien not even given a window in charge? And what do you make of the Koeman appointment? Let us know in the comments below. So guys, that was Euro transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Did we miss any out? And which of these can you actually see happening? Let me know in the comments down below. As I said earlier, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!